Imagine a man whose hands can turn weathered wood into living history, whose quiet strength and warm smile have touched hearts across the world. This is the story of a craftsman, a survivor, a man who's faced war, addiction, and loss, yet still finds joy in the simple act of building something that lasts. But when a chilling rumor spread that this beloved figure was gone, it shook everyone who knew his story. What really happened to this man? How did he rise from a hard-scrabble life to become a legend of craftsmanship? Let's dive into a tale of resilience, redemption, and the power of preserving the past. Born in the rolling hills of rural Kentucky, he grew up in a tight-knit family where faith and hard work were the cornerstones of life. As a kid, he was full of mischief, sneaking off with friends to fish in a nearby creek during school recess. Those carefree days often ended with a stern word from the principal, but they shaped a boy who loved adventure and the outdoors. He went to local schools, always staying close to home, where his family's Methodist values kept him grounded. His older brother was his hero, a man who joined the army and saw the horrors of Vietnam firsthand. When his brother came home, he made their father promise to steer the younger sibling toward college, away from the war's shadow. So off to college he went, enrolling at a state university with big dreams but little direction. It was a rough start. The lectures felt like a foreign language, and he flunked nearly every class except one, arts and literature. That spark of creativity lit a fire in him. He switched paths, heading to a community college to study drafting, a skill that felt like it fit his hands and heart. After graduating, he landed a job at a milling company in Ohio, sketching technical drawings with precision. But in 1969, fate had other plans. The draft pulled him into the army, and soon he was on his way to Vietnam. Instead of combat, he was assigned to an engineering unit back at the drafting board, using his skills to navigate a world of chaos. For 2 years, he moved through Vietnam, dodging gunfire while traveling between bases. The war left scars, not from bullets, but from the weight of fear and boredom. Like many soldiers, he turned to drugs, marijuana, heroin to cope with the darkness. It was a battle he carried home. Back in Kentucky, his father offered him a lifeline, a job at the family's water company. Familiar work, steady ground, and faith pulled him through. He later said that while God didn't make him an addict, he could use that struggle to forge something good, and so he did, sharing his story at rehab programs, helping others find their way out of the same shadows. If this story resonates with you, please share it. It might inspire someone who needs to hear it. Years later, his brother's passion for carpentry sparked something new. The brothers shared a love for old log cabins, the kind built by pioneers with nothing but grit and hand tools. When his brother found a dilapidated cabin, they teamed up to dismantle it log by log, moving it to their family farm and rebuilding it together. It was more than a project, it was a bond. But tragedy struck in 1995 when his brother passed away, leaving an unfinished cabin behind. Determined to honor him, he called on a close friend, a skilled carpenter, to help finish the work. That cabin became a turning point. He quit his job, poured his heart into restoring old structures, and started a business with his friend, scouring Kentucky for century-old cabins and barns. Their work was meticulous, stacking logs in a boneyard for future builds. What began as a tribute grew into a thriving business, supplying aged wood and restoring cabins for those who wanted a piece of history. One day, a stranger from West Virginia showed up looking for old logs. Their meeting was instant chemistry. "I'm thinking of getting into cabins," the man said. "Funny, I'm thinking of getting out," he replied with a grin. But instead of parting ways, they joined forces. By summer's end, they'd tracked down dozens of cabins, and soon he and his friend were hired full-time by the man's new company, a business dedicated to preserving America's pioneer past. Then came a moment that changed everything. A New York producer, passing through on a ski trip, spotted their boneyard and was captivated. He pitched a documentary about their work, which led to a pilot episode for a TV show. But the TV world wanted drama fights chaos, the kind of noise that didn't fit their quiet craftsmanship. They turned down offers that demanded fake conflict, staying true to their values. Years later, a network approached with a different vision, authenticity. They wanted to capture the real work, the real team, the real history. Cameras followed as they salvaged barns and cabins, and their leader took an active role in shaping the show, ensuring every frame honored their craft. When the show aired, it was a hit. Viewers fell in love with the team's camaraderie and their reverence for history. Each project told a story of a barn built by a president's uncle, of logs pegged together without nails, of structures that carried the weight of centuries. The crew didn't just rebuild, they breathed life into the past, connecting with local artisans and uncovering the stories behind every beam. The show became a phenomenon, growing from a small network to a global audience when a new channel picked it up in 2022, reaching nearly 500 million homes. But then a gut punch. Rumor hit he was dead. Fans were devastated. The work he did hauling massive logs, climbing rickety rafters, was grueling, especially for the oldest member of the crew. The rumors spread like wildfire, fueled by an obituary for a different man with the same name. Relief washed over when the truth came out. He was alive and well. He laughed it off, touched by the flood of love from fans. His wife and grandchildren, still grieving the loss of his son years earlier, were shaken but grateful for the support. Through it all, his faith and optimism shone, a reminder of why he's so loved. He's still out there, working with the same steady hands, whether it's blazing heat or bitter cold. His boss, a friend who's more like family, ensures the team is cared for, with retirement plans for those who've been there from the start. Off camera, he pours his heart into art, crafting rustic pieces that sell out fast, a reflection of his love for history. With a comfortable life built alongside his wife, he stays humble, private, and grounded. The show has taken him across America, from Appalachian hills to desert landscapes, each trip deepening his appreciation for the world's beauty within the restoration community. He's the steady hand, the demolition man who handles the toughest jobs with calm precision. Fans adore his wit, like when he joked about his forklift skills coming from years of not wanting to get off the thing. His home in Kentucky is a gathering place for the crew, where stories and laughter flow late into the night. Once he found a crumbling chapel and began salvaging its timber. The crew joined in, and the moment was so powerful it became an unplanned episode, a testament to their shared passion. The show's success lies in its heart-real projects. Real people. No manufactured drama. It's about preserving history, not just wood. Every log, every cabin carries a story, and he feels like he's part of it. He's redefined what it means to be a craftsman, showing the world that it's about resilience, pride, and love for the work. As long as there are barns to save, he'll be there doing what he loves. And for a man who's faced war, loss, and rumors of his own death, that's a gift he never takes for granted. If this story moved you, please share it, like, and subscribe to keep these stories alive. Let's honor the craftsmen who remind us what it means to build something that lasts.